just keep telling the same story of what actually happened. But it happened. That's the truth. That's what happened. Okay, cool. Now change it. That's fine. Accept it and then move on.
Stop repeating the story. Also, don't call your girlfriends and tell them about how terrible he is or what he's doing. Don't call your mom. I know it's really hard because you want that kind of support. But if it's not happening, then there's nothing that you need to call about. If you're ignoring it, excuse me, if you're ignoring it, then there's nothing you need to call and complain about. But also, it just it kind of plants that idea of that person in that other person's head instead of like your girlfriend or your mom's head. And it's really hard that when he is, when things are better, they're still going to remember it. You're going to forget all about it because you love them and you know what your reality is. But it's going to be hard for them to. And I don't know, I just feel like sometimes that can put a damper on things when things are going well for you to stay living in your end and your change story when other people are still repeating your story back to you because you've told them. So.
Yeah, and you're keeping it alive. You can't move on. You just keep telling the same story of what actually happened. But it happened. That's the truth. That's what happened. Okay, cool. Now change it. That's fine. Accept it and then move on. But if you keep reiterating to everyone because you want them to feel bad for you or that you want them to pump you up or pep talk you, no, it's again, now you're looking for external externally validating you for something that you don't need that for. And now you're just going to keep depending on that all the time. So just tell it to yourself, okay, accept it, change the story and move on. And yeah, if you want to, you could tell someone else, but just one person, that you can trust. You don't want to be telling your mom and your best friend and then having a whole party about it. Like it's just going to keep it alive, and it's also going to keep you in that vibe. And now that vibe is what you're sending out to your specific person, and now that specific person can feel it from you. Everyone is you pushed out, right? So they feel it. Now they're just going to keep acting that way, and you're the one doing it. So it's just not helpful. So don't do it.
Here's the other thing with that. The more you talk to other people, so I've gotten to a point, I don't talk about my stuff and I don't want to hear about other people's stuff either. But when you keep talking to people about what's going on, you also inadvertently give them permission to comment on things. Mm-hmm. And sometimes those comments, you might be feeling okay. And it's like something, or you're feeling better about something. And then when you talk to them, they automatically, because you talk to them about the situation on a regular basis, they feel they have the permission to give you an opinion about something. And sometimes that opinion will actually pour doubt into you, which pushes you back a couple steps away from what you're trying to achieve. That's another thing to be mindful of. I had a conversation with someone the other day that I used to talk to about everything. And it was something personal and they wanted to know. And I really did not want to tell them, but I ended up telling them. And then they gave me an opinion. And I said, I don't want to hear your opinion. I don't care. Like, I wasn't being a jerk, but it was just like, this is my life. I choose how I live my life, just like you get to make the choice over your own. And the person was like, well, you don't want to hear my opinion? I said, no, I don't. So sometimes you might even get to a point where you just have to flat out tell people, I don't care about what your opinion is, and I don't want to hear it, changing the topic. If that's what's going to keep you on course for getting the desire that you want, you do what you have to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, and nothing's set in stone either. So like, don't care about what they think, because it doesn't matter. Like, no. If I've so many times recently have been like, if I do that, then it's the end, it's the death of me. And then I'm like, wait a minute, no, that's not true. Like, no, because number one, circumstances don't matter. Number two, whatever I do is going to work out for me in the end either way. So if I do something drastic that's crazy, that I am so afraid, I'm fearful, and I'm not going to do it because if the drastic thing is going to change, it works, but I'm afraid to do it, just do it, because it doesn't matter either way. You're going to get what you want. And if you do it, now you feel better because you're like, wow, I just faced that fear. And now you're gonna gain that momentum, and you're just gonna keep doing things and facing your fears, and you're gonna feel so empowered. And then everyone around you is gonna feel it. People from across the world are gonna feel it. And you don't know if your vibes are helping somebody else better their lives.